All right, I'm coming closer, getting closer!
Hey guys, so it's about 4:30 in the morning. We're just filling up on gas and we are on our way to Marmot Basin for a full day of skiing. We'll check back in when we get there. We've arrived! It's 8:30 in the morning. Actually, it might be a little after that. We got some Tim Hortons because we're Canadian and we are ready to go. We are on the chairlift. I think this is the Paradise Chair, headed up to the top of the mountain in Jasper, Canada. We have done a couple of runs today so far. The snow is fabulous. I get a lot of questions because I am a blind skier. Usually it's just complete disbelief that anyone who doesn't see could possibly or would possibly want to ski. But I have been doing this since I was about 9 years old, so I find that it's a lot of fun. When I do ski, you can see I've got this beautiful blind skier penny that I wear to warn everybody else on the hill that I'm coming. And then I've got my lovely, lovely guide, Karis, who's agreed to come down the hill with me today. We're just friends. Yeah, and she wears a beeper on her penny that says guide. That kind of sounds like the Snow Patrol skidoos that they drive on. Oh, she's gonna turn it on for us. You can hear it there. As I was editing the video, I realized I missed a couple of shots that I wanted to share with you. So, I know I tried to show the blind skier penny and the guide penny, but it didn't work out too well when I was trying to point the camera. So, it's a penny that you'd normally wear to any kind of sporting event. It's made out of a jersey material and it has blind skier in screen printing across the front, and then I just slip it on over my head and it attaches to the back with these Velcro strips. Now the guide penny works very much the same way, but it has some more interesting things. It was built for my dad, so poor Karis had to put up with a man-sized penny. What this penny has is, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it's actually a doorbell that's been mounted in foam with a wire running through the jacket to the battery pack. So it's got 4 C-cell batteries and a little switch, and then this cord that I can plug and unplug. So the guide puts this in their pocket, and if I flip the switch, the sound comes out of the little speaker doorbell unit here, and you can hear it. So it just beeps incessantly, and I follow that down the hill. She definitely checks on me to make sure I haven't wiped out or done anything crazy. So far, the collision count is 1 minor winging on a snow fence. It's an excellent day. In a minute, I will show you some footage of us going down the hill and explain more about what we do. So we are coming to the top of the chair. We've decided we're going left. Feet off the rests. Keep your hands in your poles in one hand and toes up. Push off. And we turn, oops, sorry. Run into my guide because I'm good at that. And just try and get out of the way. So when I ski with poles, I like to use this kind of a grip. So if anybody watching this knows where you can get poles like this, these are from the 1980s and day glow pink and purple. But they're starting to get worn out, so I need a new pair and I can never find them with this grip, so I'll keep using these till I lose them. What you can't hear is consistently the beeping is going on, and I can hear that going down the hill, but because the microphone was just picking up a lot of wind, a lot of that got muffled. She's also yelling a bunch of instructions at me to let me know if there's anything that I need to know about going down the hill, when she's going to cut across, or if there's an obstacle that's in my way across. So you gotta use big ears if you're blind in skiing. What I mean by that is you have to be very aware of everything going on around you on the hill. You have to be in control at all times, even if you're going 60 miles an hour. You can also keep track of other skiers and boarders on the hill by listening for the sound their equipment makes as it cuts through the snow. Additionally, you can sometimes hear when you come out of a wooded area into an open area by the different sound your equipment makes reflecting off of the trees. For me, my number one concern is always safety. I want to make sure I'm safe and everybody else on the hill is safe. So if I feel like I'm not in control, I don't go to that part of the hill. I stay away from those skiers so I don't hurt myself or anyone else.
So she just makes sure that I'm staying with her, and she'll stop and tell me if there's anything I need to know about the hill, like drop off a flat or something dangerous, like rocks or cliffs or, usual mountain things. And I'm sorry if the filming isn't the greatest. I have no idea what I'm capturing here. I'm just trying to keep the camera pointing at the beeping.
Blind skiing is not easy. There's a lot going on all of the time, and you have to be very aware of the risks and dangers associated with doing it. That being said, it's wonderful. I love downhill skiing. It feels freeing. It feels like I'm flying.
She's picking up speed, so I hear that, and I'm going to pick up speed too! Woo!
I'm hoping that you can see that I can make it down the hill successfully without too much accommodation. Maybe I'm a little more cautious. For me, a helmet is not an option, it's a necessity. I wear braces to protect myself from falling, and I follow a beeper. But aside from that, I don't do anything differently from any other skier on the hill. I'm sure many of you that have made it this far are wondering, what do I actually see going down the hill? I have some light perception, and very occasionally I'll get some movement and shadows, and with a little movie magic I'm hoping to give you a bit of a representation of what it's like for me to go down the hill. Because what I have is so limited, and because of the way I see and interpret images, it just isn't realistic for me to rely on my vision at all going down the hill. If I see a shadow, chances are by the time I've interpreted that as a realistic shadow of something, it's gone. Because we're moving at 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. So it's safer for me just to use my ears, be aware, and ignore anything I might be seeing.
So usually when I'm skiing, I try and stay 10 to 20 feet back from my guide and parallel. And I keep my ears open for other skiers because they may become aware that I'm on the hill, and I'm sure they're not expecting a blind skier. I usually get a lot of comments every day I ski saying, "What are you doing on the hill?" But I really love it. So, let's get some speed, yeah! Woo! And I have been doing this for a very long time, so I'm very comfortable skiing. I ski everywhere on the hill, green, blues, blacks. I usually stick to blues and blacks because there's less people and that's safer. And there's steeper slopes, so you can get more speed, which is more fun for me.
One of the most challenging parts for me is actually getting onto the ski lift. I know when we're getting close because I can hear the base station of the chair. There's usually a lot more people around talking and skiing, and Kara slows down to let me know that we're getting close. I have to rely on her here more than anywhere else on the hill because there's a lot more obstacles and there's a lot more people to run into that aren't expecting any kind of a blind skier.
We just kind of go in side by side. Oh, sorry. Thanks, babe. And through we go. And I get my poles back. And then I kind of use my poles as a cane to feel out where the barriers are. Okay, found it. And then when the barrier opens, we go forward. And stop. And prepare for liftoff. We are on the chair. Safely, with no collisions. So that makes me very happy. Hi. Okay. Let's get down the hill. You ready?
I wanted to get some shots of me skiing since I'd been holding the camera all day, and we decided the best way to do that was for Karis to come behind me and yell instructions. This was a lot scarier than most of anything we did on the hill all day because I wasn't relying on her to be in front to kind of let people know that we were coming. So we tried to find the most open spot on the hill and pick something that wasn't overly challenging, but again was challenging enough that there wouldn't be people everywhere that I could run into.
Slower. And hard left. Okay, let me think about where we are for a second. Yeah, straight down. So yes. Yes. And a little bit this way. This is fun. Okay. Slightly more this way. And I'm gonna kind of like position you to the center of the park. Alright, so I'm sitting in the center. Let me get up. Alright, let's go.
I think it's kind of funny to show you all the permutations and combinations we had trying to figure out how to get shots of me skiing. This one is where Karis is in front wearing the beeper, so I'm less defensive coming down the hill, but she's holding the camera behind her back up the hill. We got some pretty interesting shots, I think. Right near the end of our day, we tried to get another shot of me coming down the hill with some speed, but Karis was stopped so she could film properly. This probably wasn't the best idea because I didn't know exactly where she was on the hill, even though she was talking to me. And I almost ran her over, so enjoy this lovely clip of me almost decapitating my guide.
Getting closer! Getting closer!
So I have made it home. It was an incredible day. The snow was fantastic. Karis was an incredible guide. Even though she had no experience, we figured it out as we went today. Only a couple of minor collisions. I think it was only one snow fence, a pole that I hit with my pole, running into my guide once, and a few little rocks and micro trees that you couldn't avoid. So all in all, it was a safe day. It was a good day. And I hope you enjoyed watching. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, let me know in the comments. If you want to stay up to date, you know what to do with the bells and buttons down below. And we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.